Hey guys, Jason from Market House here. Wanted to take a minute and talk to you guys about something I've been thinking about lately, and that it's time for your website to grow up. If you have a website that's been around for 5 years, 10 years, goodness, hopefully not longer than that, without being updated, like a true, really solid update that people look at it and they're like, wow, this is really nice. You've done a lot of work. You've really upgraded. If it's been a while since you've done that, then it's time for your website to definitely grow up. And the core of what I want to get at today is that you need to ask yourself the question, is my website really working? And it's beyond functional aspect. I'm talking about, does your website work the way that it should to represent your brand? Does it drive sales? Does it educate? Does it convert? Is it the core of your marketing? And if the answer to those questions is no, then it's most definitely time for your website to grow up. And beyond that, I wrote down a few questions that I want to kind of go over with you today that you can ask yourself when you're considering professional website design. The first one, does your website perform the tasks that it needs? This is the functional aspect. Does it function right? Is it tracking data on customers and providing information on sales? Is it the core of your marketing? Like I said, if it's not functional and performing the tasks that you need it to, it's obviously time to grow up. Does your website look good no matter what? This is a big one, not only for the visual identity of your brand, but for SEO as well. Is your website beautiful on desktop, on your laptop, on your tablet, on your phone? If it's not this universal great experience across all devices, it's going to leave your customers lacking. If they have a hard time updating their information or filling out a form or accessing your content on mobile because it's either adaptive or it's a mobile site, or if it just plain doesn't work on mobile, they're pinching and zooming, then you've got a problem. And beyond the visual aspect, if it's not mobile friendly, your search engine rankings are going to fall because Google doesn't like that. So definitely, if your website doesn't look good, no matter what, it's time to upgrade. Next question, how hard is it to update your website? If you don't have a content management system like WordPress or Drupal or any of the others, you're wasting your time. You're spending time on things that you shouldn't have to. Content management systems have revolutionized the world of web design and development because it allows us to deploy a massive amount of changes and updates and extensions on your site with the shortest amount of time possible. So if you're not using any of these tools, and if it's difficult to update your website, or it takes a long time, or you're having to call your dev team to make all these changes, it's time to upgrade your website, and it's time to grow. Is your content outdated and organized? I heard a joke recently. Just like a joke shouldn't have to have the punchline explained, you shouldn't have to explain to a customer how to use your website. It should be a standalone experience. They find you in Google, or they hit your site directly, or they go through a referral partner like Facebook. If they get to your website and they don't know what to do, they don't know where your content is, and they can't figure it out on their own. Most people are intuitive. They can figure it out. But if they can't figure out where your stuff is, you've got a major problem. So, is your content outdated? And most of all, is it unorganized? Then it's definitely time to grow up and seek professional website design. Is your website dated? Does it look bad? Is it old? That's going to limit your success. So if your website's dated, boom, that's a no-brainer right there. Here's the big one. Is your content secure? If you are using content management system, but the back end isn't secure and you use some type of default login, that is a massive vulnerability for your site. If you just have a site that was set up quickly by somebody that you happen to know that does websites, chances are they're not going to go the full extent to make sure that your content's secure. And if your customers are submitting forms, and if your team has user accounts on your site, that data can potentially be compromised. So if your content's not secure, then it is most definitely 100% time to grow up. And like I was saying early on, is the website the centerpiece of your marketing? If it's not, it really should be. It's the core of where your traffic is. If you don't have basic tools for you to understand your traffic and to understand your customers, like social connectivity. If you're not tracking and remarketing with tools like Facebook ads, you're really missing out. If you don't have user experience data like heat maps on there, and if you don't have contact forms and things of that nature, then you're really missing out on all the true marketing potential that your website has, especially if your website's been around for a while and Google's been indexing your content and it's there. You're really missing out. So I said all that to say professional website design is the smart choice. I'm Jason with Market House. Website design is something that's just inherent with what I do. I've been doing it for a really long time. And we have a great team, not only to design and develop your site, but to really understand the user experience that you want to give on your site, and then to translate that into a beautiful, great, responsive, enjoyable experience for your customers on your website. So again, professional website design is the smart choice. Ask yourself these questions that I asked, but the core of it comes down to, is it the centerpiece of your marketing, and is your website really working? Thanks.